morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another episode of the Matt Core Show. And we have the official Game Over mug that we are rocking today. Grab your coffee because we have quite the show ahead of us. Happy BTC, aka Bitcoin Spot ETF Approval Day. On that note, we have a lot of drama. A lot of craziness, a lot of drama. If you missed what happened last night, I'm going to be getting into it because the SEC is just losing its mind. Apparently, their account was compromised, and they tweeted out from the official SEC account yesterday that the Bitcoin ETFs, all of them that had applied, were approved. And then minutes later, they're like, no, our account was compromised. That wasn't us. And I'm going to be getting into the whole story. But that's the craziness. That's why all of, I guess, crypto / Bitcoin FinTwit is up in arms ever since last night. Craziness. It got to the point where everyone was reporting on it. Not just even myself, mainstream media, CNBC, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal. If you can name it, they were reporting on it. They're like, approved. And then 15 minutes later, Gary Gensler like awkwardly had to log into his own Twitter account, be like, no, not approved. And then obviously not only has that led to a slew of hilarious call outs and memes and just classic internet dunks, you know, the internet doing what the internet does best, but now it's even getting into the world of kind of like the political sphere of they're like, dude, you're the regulators and you didn't know how to like secure your Twitter account. And we're supposed to rely on you for protection. And now you're literally the biggest manipulator of the crypto market in 2024. So it's just everyone's losing their mind. Everyone is losing their mind. So I'm very, very excited to see what today brings. So obviously that's going to be the main, I guess, topic of today's show of what's going on with Bitcoin, crypto, the Bitcoin ETF approval, what's going on with the SEC and them being hacked or compromised or really basically most likely just making a scheduling error when they were trying to get the tweet out. They probably just got the wrong date, most likely. That's my main assertion. And then from there, I just also want to let you know that in the world of equities, a lot of crazy stuff going down. This week, we have 4 Fed members speaking, 2 different bond auctions. One's going down today at 1 p.m. We get the results. And then we also have 2 different inflation reports. One is tomorrow, and then one is on Friday. We get the CPI an hour before the market opens tomorrow, Thursday, and then we get the PPI report an hour before the market opens on Friday. So for over the next 2 days, 2 inflation reports, and then starting today and then also tomorrow, we have the 10-year bond auction today, and then we have the 30-year bond auction tomorrow. So 2 treasury auctions, 2 inflation reports, 4 Fed members, and just to really put the icing on top of this particular degenerate gambling cake, we have the start of earnings season this Friday. Before the market opens this Friday, we're going to be hearing from big banks, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citi, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, BNY Mellon. And then on top of that, we're going to hear a little bit from the airline industry, what's going on with Delta. And then we're also going to hear from the biggest health insurance play, United Health Group. So the start of earnings season, we have some other macroeconomic developments. And then obviously in the world of crypto, we have some of literally the biggest historical announcements probably going down today. Now, as you're watching this today, I do appreciate you being here live. Thank you. I'm happy that you got up at the crack of dawn. But I do want to set, I guess, a little bit of expectations in the sense that we probably won't hear about the Bitcoin ETF approval or potential rejection until after the market closes today. Most estimates that I'm reading are putting the assumption between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. So just when the market closes, like that 2-hour window, and it'll most likely be between the 4 and 5 p.m. hour. So I just want to let you know, probably not happening during the normal cash session today, but who knows? Obviously, whoever's writing this particular timeline has a good sense of humor because we are seeing a lot of crazy stuff go down. Before we get into all of that, talking about everything happening there, obviously, because it's a nuts day and I have a lot to do, I decided instead of going to the gym at night, I decided to go this morning. So I got up at the crack of dawn. I was like, dude, 5 a.m. Alarm goes off. And I'm like, you know what? I got to like crush the stair stepper. So I get changed, put in my headphones. I'm blasting some Katy Perry to get myself jacked up for the gym to do the stair stepper. I open up the gym door. I'm the only one there because it is the crack of dawn. It's still as dark as could be out. And I hear something. And what I hear sounds like rain. And you guys probably don't know about my gym because you probably don't go to my gym, but maybe you do. And if you do, you know that my gym's an indoor gym. So if you hear rain in an indoor gym, it's a bit odd. It's a bit odd. Most of the time, you don't hear rain in your own indoor gym. And I don't know, it was early in the morning. I thought maybe I was still like in a weird dream state, still maybe a little sleepy. Maybe all my brain functions weren't operating at their best optimal value. And then I just kind of looked up and realized that the entire ceiling was raining inside, as in either a pipe completely burst or there was maybe, I don't know, maybe it had something to do with the weather and there was like, I don't know, something was going on. But the entire gym was absolutely soaked. So it had been happening for a while and it was continuing to get more soaked and the rain just down and down and down. So that's pretty much how I started off my day. So that happened. I got a whole concierge and I was like, well, can I still do the stair stepper? And like, dude, we don't care. So I crushed the stair stepper. That's why I'm looking like a lean, mean trading machine right now. It's not just the beard. No, functionally, I've probably put on like 40 pounds of muscle, folks, in like the past, 10 days, ever since New Year's, including the fact that I like destroyed my back squatting, easily 40, 50, 60 pounds of muscle. Lean, mean trading machine. And I'm not even going to let pipes bursting stop that particular journey. So anyway, Matt, please shave. How about you please shave, Egg? You think on my own show, I'm going to get verbally accosted by an egg? No, dude, it's coming in like a butte, dude. I pretty much look like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a famous person with a really nice beard. I don't know. Insert a person who you think has a really nice beard, and that's who I look like. I'm not going to shave, but I think I should clean it up because like it's growing at like different rates on different parts of my face. So I'm going to do something. We're a cleanup, not a shave, but a cleanup, I think is going to be necessary. Maybe a little bit of a trim or something like that. I'll figure that out. It's a big decision. Hang on. What is this one? We're hearing from some of these news people today. All right. Figuring that out. All right. Where are we? Yeah. Manscaped. I probably could get an ad for them soon by the time we figure out what's going on with the facial hair. I thought I got some breaking news related to Bitcoin, but not yet. I basically have a bunch of Google alerts and everything set up because I don't want to miss the news. So with everything in mind, let's see what's going on in the world of stonks and crypto and everything else in between. Stock futures are little change Wednesday as traders await inflation data and earnings. So before we get to what's going on with the stock market, I want you to know that the SPY is pretty much flat. The Qs are pretty much flat. If you look at some of the pre-market action, like it did pop, but now we're coming down. The 30-minute looks like it's confused, trying to save itself. 10 minutes, similar situation. But before we get into that, just important political update. The last GOP debate before the Iowa caucus. So the Iowa caucus is next week, I believe the 15th. But tonight, we're going to be hearing from Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis. I mean, they're technically the number 2 and the number 3 in the polls. That's why I guess Vivek and Christie aren't at this one because they didn't poll high enough to my understanding. So it's just going to be these two. And I get that they've been there, but the way it's playing out this year, I don't know if anyone cares. Just because Trump is so far ahead and he's doing his own Fox town hall or something tonight. So it's just craziness. Absolute craziness of what this is. I guess it's ridiculous, but anyway, they're going to be talking. I think it's up in New Hampshire, something like that. It's going to be hosted by CNN. And I just want to let you know that it's happening. Vivek's not there. Chris Christie's not there. It's just going to be these two. So DeSantis is going to say DeSantis things. Nikki Haley's going to say the classic Nikki Haley things. And it's not going to matter anyway, because after the Iowa caucus, it's going to be pretty obvious that Trump, in terms of the GOP world, has a very, very strong lead. All right, bringing it back to the actual world of stonks and what's going on, I do want to remind you that this Friday, 2 days from now, It is the official start of earnings season. JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citi, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, BNY Mellon, lot of financial plays. So if you want to look at the subsector tracking the financial plays, check out XLF. That is the subsector of the financial plays within the S&P 500. And it's going to be interesting to hear from BlackRock, who we know is one of the major players vying for a Bitcoin spot ETF. So they should be finding out about that today, Wednesday. I'm curious what they're going to say in their earnings on Friday about most likely it's going to be approved, but obviously there's some sort of statistical chance of it getting rejected. So that'll be interesting. Delta, I like to pay attention to Delta because then it gives you a really, really good idea of what United, Southwest, and who else and American are going to say. United, Southwest, American, and Delta are all very, very comparable companies. It's super rare for one to overperform when the other ones don't, or for one to underperform when the other ones don't. They're not really tied to the hips, but they commonly are. Like there's a very high correlation between if they are all succeeding, if they're all kind of failing, or if they're all kind of going in the middle. So if you want a big indication of what's going to happen in the other three, American, United, and Southwest, pay attention to Delta's numbers. And then also United Health Group, that is the biggest health insurance play, UNH, pay attention to that. Now, in terms of the world of macroeconomic reports, today at 10:30, we get a crude oil inventory report if you're an energy trader. But for the overall market, the big show happens at 1 p.m. today, the 10-year note auction. Most of the time, people seemingly don't care about these treasury auctions whatsoever. Recent history, though, they haven't been going the best. So they've been having some negative impacts out of nowhere and kind of took some people by surprise. So that's why its implied impact is now upgraded to a 3-star. Like most of the time, this doesn't even make the list. It's just been at a 2-star because usually they go A-OK because people still trust in the U.S. government. But a month or two ago, there were some questionable ones that caused the market to drop. So now people are paying attention to it more. But anyway, at 1 p.m., probably worthwhile to pay attention to the 10-year note auction. And then obviously on Thursday, tomorrow, we're going to get the 30-year bond auction. So today, tomorrow, it's the world of treasury reports, but also tomorrow we get the CPI report, the consumer price index, one of the most popular, at least in terms of the media's idea of inflation reports. So that comes out an hour before the market opens. And then Friday, we get the PPI report. So the consumer price index followed by the producer price index. Both of those are going down an hour before the market opens. If you haven't already, join up on Locals, macquarie.locals.com. It's pinned to the top of chat. It's in the description of the video. There's a free membership. There's also a premium membership. You can become a premium member for free by using the code 2024. Sign up for the monthly option and use the code 2024 and you will get free access for a month. But even if you don't want to do that, you could get the newsletter for completely free. You don't even have to be a premium member. Anyway, macquarie.locals.com, pinned to the top of chat. Basically everything I just went over. Every weekend, I put this all in like one place so you can refer to it for the remainder of the week, all the major macroeconomic events, all of the earnings, and let's talk about seasonality. For today, Wednesday, January 10th, historically, this day has favored the bulls. Over the past 25 years, the bulls have won this day 72% of the time. The profit factor is 1.62, and the bias is obviously bullish. And here's a look at the equity curve of buying at open, selling at close on the S&P 500 futures market for this individual day. A slow and steady trend to the upside. Is it the most bullish day ever? No. I thought I was going to sneeze, but that big breath of air, I guess, put my sneeze on the back burner for whatever reason. Anyway, that was weird. Equity curve up and up and up. Higher highs, higher lows. Not the most bullish day we've ever seen, but I would argue today does favor the bulls. Now, does that give you any indication of like a big bullish gain? No, it's just basically saying, hey, we think with pretty high statistical accuracy, we think the close will be above yesterday's close. It has nothing to do with the degree of bullishness, just the fact that it's confident today's close will be above yesterday's close. But even that, it was only right 72% of the time. Inherently, it was wrong 28% of the time. In the market, there's no such thing as a guarantee. Like there's always going to be some odds of you potentially being wrong. So when you're making your trade, you have to obviously acknowledge that. Thursday, leaning bearish. Friday, leaning bearish. Kind of weird looking equity curves for the remainder of the week. I give you an update on the 0 DTE option strategy. Speaking of which, I've started doing this daily DGen trade report. So yesterday, my personal trade was a gain of 94%. If you're interested in that, obviously sign up for the Discord. You can get into the Discord through locals. And once again, you could get it for free with the code 2024. All of that is pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. But I basically break it down. Yesterday was an easy money day. It definitely was. Both of these days, Monday and Tuesday, easy money days. So yesterday, I mean, you can see my real-time call outs yesterday, January 9th at 10:24, January 9th, a bullish signal, 3 out of 5 strength, SPY put credit spread, Q put credit spread. You could see the exact levels. You could see the unit multiplier. And then a little later in the day, it's just because this happened so quickly that later in the day, I give the exact details of what it would have been if you executed it at that time. But I just want to do this to show that like things are happening in real time. It's not this BS like Monday morning quarterbacking. So that's what the strategy called out. And then on top of that, I end up giving out my own trade. So this is what I personally did. I did a call credit spread 470. This is on SPX, but anyway, you could go through the details and then basically you could see that thus far this week from the 8th to 9th, so 2 trading days, up 1.2K, which would have paid for the Discord yearly for 4 years, almost pushing 5 years at this point. So if this is of any interest to you whatsoever, you could get my live trades and thoughts, weekly teaching sessions, weekly newsletter, trading competitions, and of course, Texas Roadhouse Talk for free by using the code 2024 on mattcorsaloutlocals.com. 5 things to know before that stock market bell goes dingity ding 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 today, Wednesday, January 10th. Folks, this ain't no normal Wednesday. This ain't no normal January, and this ain't no normal 10th day of the month. This is the Bitcoin ETF approval day. Yes, of course, there is some sort of chance that maybe it gets rejected by the SEC because I think the SEC is incredibly incompetent, but I think the odds are very, very high. The fact that probably all the Bitcoin ETF applicants right now, I think there's 11 major ones, are going to be approved. I mean, let's be honest about it. It's gonna happen. So I'm looking for that to happen. Most likely will happen after the market closes today. If I really had to guess, I don't think they're going to be doing it. But yeah, they're saying stocks are wait and see mode. That's exactly where crypto is right now. Everyone is waiting to see what the SEC says today. Most likely coming after the market. So anyway, with reference to stocks, this is where we're at with the SPY. So the SPY exploded to conclude the year, took a little bit of a breather back into the EMA cloud, pushed up, strong opening to the week. Yesterday, almost an inside bar, but technically a slightly higher high. So slightly higher high, obviously a higher low. And right now in pre-market, we're pretty much exactly at where we closed. So right now in pre-market, not too much going on. Like it says, we're in wait and see mode. Not so fast. This is the whole awkward SEC being hacked yesterday. I'm going to completely cover that. Don't you worry. Home prices surge. We could come back to that, but right now we still see a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world of real estate. Back in court, this relates to Trump. Former President Donald Trump and his attorneys argued in court yesterday, Tuesday, that he's immune from prosecution for actions he took while in office. So obviously, there's a lot of important judges trying to make legal decisions surrounding that. Shoot for the moon. What's this one about? But not quite yet. U.S. lunar company Astrobotic has called off its attempt, a soft moon landing that would have been the country's first in more than 50 years. The moon lander deployed successfully after launching on the inaugural mission of the United Launch Alliance Vulcan rocket. But shortly after that, the spacecraft's propulsion system suffered a malfunction and began to lose propellant. The company now says there is no chance of a moon landing. Meanwhile, NASA has deployed its lunar ambitions, pushing back the timeline of its flagship Artemis moon mission program. The space agency now expects Artemis 2, the first crewed launch under the program, to take place in 2025, and Artemis 3, which aims to deliver astronauts to the lunar surface, to launch in 2026. It's the latest delay for the program that's already significantly behind schedule and billions over budget as NASA business partners work to finish up the needed tech. I am not a rocket scientist, obviously. I know you guys are most likely very surprised to hear that I am not a rocket scientist, but no, I'm not. I don't understand how we are having those issues for things that we already did, in the 60s? Didn't we kind of figure this problem out? Isn't there just a copy and paste methodology that we could do for something that we had literally 50 years ago? I don't get it. Anyway, those are the 5 things you need to know. So after the market opens and all that stuff goes down, I'm going to give you the skinny on the situation related to the Bitcoin ETF and like basically all the craziness that happened yesterday and all the funny memes that are coming for it. But we'll do that right after the market opens. In the meantime, I do want to give a special shout out, a little bit of a highlight to NVIDIA, which hit a new all-time high yesterday of 543.25, completely smoking the previous high of 505. Like this thing is just ripping. Right now in pre-market, it's green again. Like this thing just keeps going and going. Right now, I haven't been actively trading NVIDIA. Obviously, I wish I was. I wish I had degenerate calls because I would be immensely wealthy. I just kind of missed the boat on it. If you read the newsletter, I called out NVIDIA. I said it's looking good. I was just so busy paying attention to other things that I completely missed the breakout. My alerts were not set up properly. So it's a play that I missed, and it's a bummer because I probably could have made a lot of money on it. But it happens. You're not going to get every trade in the market. And if you want to get every trade in the market, trading's not going to be your thing because you're going to miss a lot of great opportunity. It is just part of the crazy world of trading. So in the lower right, I have Bitcoin just in case anything insane happens with it as we're streaming, talking, all that. NVIDIA just because it's high flying right now. And then, of course, the overall market and then the tech heavy NASDAQ in the bottom left. With that in mind, yesterday, we officially started the trading competition between Rumble, YouTube, and myself. As of now, so yesterday at market open, the 3 of us, Rumble, YouTube, and myself, Rumble chat, YouTube chat, and myself, all decided to go long at market open. As you can see, YouTube chat is currently in last place. It's up $128. And then I am personally tied in first place with Rumble at $138. Even though we all took the long trade, the reason for the differential is some slippage. And sometimes there's just an aspect of luck. So technically, we're all 100% accurate right now. All of us, all 3 are 100% accurate. All 3 have won 1 day out of 1 day. Today's obviously going to be day number 2. But in terms of net return, YouTube chat is below by $10. And it's just literally the luck of the draw with slippage. It is what it is sometimes. It is what it is. So we'll see how it all plays out. But obviously today is day 2. And on that particular sentiment, I will start the poll right now. Market at open. Remember, you're voting exclusively for the first minute movement because we're going heavy on that and we're going to see if it hits. All right, I am putting up the poll right now. Feel free to vote. And as they're voting, I'm looking over here at Rumble Chat. Rumble Chat, what is your vote? I'm going to look at the first 10 people who vote and we're just going to figure who's dominant. So if you're on Rumble right now, vote either bullish or bearish for the first minute of the day, specifically in the NASDAQ futures market, if you care. But are you bullish or are you bearish? All right, first one on Rumble is bearish. Warren is green. Feels red to me. Green, bearish, bullish, red, bullish. Okay, so it was really close. So I looked at the first 10 right there. And so Rumble is going... Rumble, your account is number 48, just so you know. So YouTube is 47, Rumble is 48, and I'm 49. YouTube is 47, Rumble is 48, I'm 49. So Rumble just voted bullish. So Rumble, your bet today is going to be bullish at market open. And I will give a little bit more time over here on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, vote. I'm going to give you, I don't know, another minute. You're going to have 1 more minute to vote, and we're going to see how that plays out. But thus far, the bulls are being favored. Thus far. As I'm waiting for those guys to conclude their voting. Okay, part of the slippage issue might be the fact that that was the lead account. Yesterday, YouTube's account was the lead account. So I'm going to every single day, if there is an agreement, if all 3 accounts choose to go in the same direction, I will fairly kind of like iterate through who the lead account is, just to the luck of slippage just to kind of diversify, just to make the competition a bit more fair. On that note, though, you're going to see that there's a lot more accounts now: 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. All of these accounts I got approved yesterday. So the PA accounts are the ones where you can actually make money. And then the ones that just start with Apex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these 6, they're still technically in the test phase. And I need to pass the test so they can turn into like real money accounts. So anyway, YouTube's account is 47. Rumble's account is 48. My personal account is 49. And then these other ones, 50 through 56, we're going to have to figure out who they're for. But it's time to figure out who the best traders are. Is it YouTube chat or is it Rumble chat? I'm in there just because I had 3 accounts yesterday. I was like, oh, I could be the other one. But in reality, I should probably pick like either the Wheel or Piper or something like that. All right. On that note, I'm ending the poll right now. And the Bulls clearly won. Okay, so today, let's make it another family pot. Let's all go the same direction again. So if we are all going the same direction again, yesterday, I'm trying to be fair, YouTube chat led yesterday. So today, we're going to have Rumble chat leading. So account 48 is leading. We're going to have account 48 leading. And what we're going to do is have all of these. 1, 2, 48. Okay. So we're all going to go long out of the gate. 48 is leading today, to be fair. And then these are the other accounts. Do I want to do something completely stupid with them at open? I could try. All right. What account is this? This is 206. I have 206. All right. Let's see if we could get those accounts approved out of the gate. All right. So here's the account. It looks like we're all going in the long direction. And I just want to make sure I have this all set up appropriately. So 48, Rumble is the lead account. 48, and then that's attached to 49, 47. Okay, all the PAs. Perfect. We are all good to go. And we're going to be doing this basically like right before the market opens, like 9:29, and I don't know, whatever, X amount of seconds. And then on this other account, you don't really need to worry about it right now, just because this is the like kind of test account, or this on the bottom here. These are not the real money ones. These are the ones attempting to pass the test. So I'm going to see if I could get lucky and just pass the test right out of the gate, because they're currently still running the 1-day approvals. The 1-day approvals. All right, so just so we don't get confused, we'll cover that up. All right, everyone, let's go. Let's get ready for a big day. Let's get ready for a historic day. Wheel of Destiny for confirmation bias. More than happy to give everyone a little bit of confirmation bias. This is the Wheel of Destiny. It is 100% of the time, 100% accurate on telling us where the market's going to go for the day. Right there. Bullish confirmed. Everyone agrees. Rumble chat's bullish. YouTube chat's bullish. I'm bullish. And the Wheel of Destiny is bullish. Like, what else do you need? Folks, what else do you possibly need to know that today, and like seasonality, everything's bullish. Everything's bullish. It is how it is. Like, if you're bearish, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not the one who makes up the rules, but the wheel went forward in time, looked at where the market closed at 4 p.m. and it's like, oh, wow, the value's higher. And it's just reporting back to us now. Hit that like button. Have a great trading day. Thank you. That's so kind. Hey, that's so kind. Rum is at a 52-week all-time low. Yeah, that's because they're literally being attacked by that random short person who, like the short report place. We covered that in more detail yesterday. All right, we got to get ready. It is 9:29, just past 5 seconds in. So I'm going to try to fire off these trades at 9:29. 55, something like that. Hang on. I just want to also be able to 26. I'm just nervous that I did not set this up right, but it looks like I did. All right, because I need to kind of fire off two different trades, because this is more of our test stuff or more of our real trading, and then this is just to pass the random test. Here's to a crazy open, folks. My heart's going. My heart is going.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order canceled.
There we go. There we go, team. Locked in. It's already done. 160, 160, 160, 165, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150. And then you can see right here, I'm trying to pass the test on these other ones, which I might be getting smoked on. I need to push right up to here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, go. A little bit more.
Order canceled.
Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that money. 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. 160, 160, 160, 165, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150. Done. Do you know how much money that? Do you know how easy that was for me? Do you know how easy trading is for me? Thousands of dollars. Like it was my job, because it was literally my job to do this. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezies. Easy peasy lemon squeezies. All right, now, hang on one quick second. What are we at here? 63.50. Hang on. So I need to turn off. So 47, 8, and 9 are done. So let's go to the lead account of 50. All right, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 50. The lead account of 50. The lead account needs to be 50. Okay, got that set up. 50. I'm just double checking that all the appropriate accounts are tied together. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. All right, cool. One more trade on this, and then I'm done here for the day. One more trade. Un mas team. Un mas. One more. I just need to let a little bit more time pass. Actually, that trade would have worked out real nice. So to clarify, 47, 48, 49, as of right now, they all tied today, 150, 150, 150. There was no slippage. So still, as of now, my personal account and Rumble are tied for the first spot, and then the YouTube chat is $10 behind. But thus far, 2 for 2. 2 for 2, crushed it, 100%. It's just there was a little unfortunate for YouTube chat, $10 slippage, but we'll see how it plays out. Slippage can sometimes benefit you. It can sometimes hurt you. It's the luck of the draw. And then in the meantime, I'm looking to place one more trade on these accounts, 50 to 56. So to be clear, I'm not touching 47. I'm not touching 48. I'm not touching 49. And I'm also not touching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accounts. These 6 accounts that all made 3K already. So I'm just looking to do one more trade, trying to be calm, cool, collected. I'm trying to be disciplined. I'm trying to stick to the plan. And the plan calls for one more trade where I just need this to play out. And then we could go back to NVIDIA, which is looking good. NVIDIA is ripping. Like I said, I'll look at it. We'll break down options. We're going to break down everything going on. I just need to place one more trade here. And it should be relatively soon. 50... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. 74. Buy
Order submitted.
A little bit of a weak opening here, team. I thought we were honestly going to keep pushing. All right. So I'm not touching the 3 that are in competition. I'm just trying to get those other accounts to roughly the same equals. So fair is fair. Hopefully this trade right here hits. And if it does, this will be done for the day. This will be done for the day. I do not need to overstay my welcome. Microsoft. I just got alerts on Microsoft. I guess Microsoft is doing something. What's going on with oh, dude, NVIDIA pushing again. Microsoft is popping. I like that. This has been a play that for the past 2 to 3 weeks has been my main play on deck. Microsoft, without a doubt. I just really, really like what's going on in Microsoft right here. This is a breakout. This is your official daily chart breakout alert on Microsoft. I'm in around like 76. I was looking at it being range bound. I'm looking for the break and test of 384 and then hopefully the continuation from there. But I saw the rip. I waited for the consolidation. I got in here with my risk at the bottom of the range. And now I'm looking for this breakout to hold. Will it hold? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But I'm looking for this is nice. This is an official breakout. But I'm going to care very, very much about where today's close is. If the close is above 377, 378, I'll feel really good about a test of 384. And I am in a swing position in terms of equity on this. So I don't have calls on puts, anything like that. I'm swinging some stock looking for this test of 384. All right. The SPY is looking good at open. So Microsoft's having a good day. NVIDIA's having a good day. And hopefully I just need this final trade right here. This final trade. Is it going to go right now? I was about to bring up the options. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, we have the options up. Options have been bullish thus far. I'll bring it up, or I could bring it up right now because apparently the Qs are getting SPAC'd. Right here. Here's your look at options for the day, or at least since open on the S&P 500. Right here, price up, options up. Granted, we're only 6 minutes in, so this really isn't that much data, but the options is currently agreeing with the price movement. Microsoft 379 and counting. NVIDIA, what's NVIDIA doing? Struggling a little bit. So interestingly enough is that the SPY is actually holding a bit better than the Qs. The Qs popped and went flat. The SPY's been slowly but surely grinding. Microsoft grinding. Microsoft and NVIDIA might be the big winners of the day. Actually, Netflix is looking good too. Apple still in the red. Oh, Meta 364. Meta's been looking good, dude. Meta's having a good day too. Look at Meta. Tech's looking good. Tech really is looking good. So I feel confident about this trade. I feel good unless something happens and everyone starts to dump. But I think this trade, as soon as it gets in, I'm just looking for a little small open range breakout. Come on. Show me the money. Show me the money. Here we go. Looks like it's about to get in. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. Come on.
Order submitted.
Oh, fuck. I was looking for a much more aggressive pop than that, not a perfect top tick. Oh, golly. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. That's not what I wanted to happen. I basically top ticked that entry. I thought there was going to be like a nice pop follow through, like almost instantaneously. Oh, shit. Well, that's not going the way I wanted it to. That is not going the way I wanted it to. Rut roast SpaghettiOs team. Holy, no. You're not supposed to do that. Literally top ticked it. I am the person who top ticked it. You don't see that type of skill every single day. You don't see that type of skill every single day. The person who can go long at the exact high of the day. They should give awards out for that. Almost like the Razzies, but of trading. Yes, I can successfully say I am the person who is long at the high of the day. That is absolutely ridiculous. No, please turn around. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Come on. Look how strong tech is too. And the Qs, again, what's going on? Is it Apple? Dude, even the SPY's moving. Apple sucks. Tesla sucks. Microsoft's looking good. NVIDIA was looking good, now a little choppy. Netflix was looking pretty good. Meta's looking good. Amazon's looking good. What's going on? What's going on here? I mean, look at these things go. Look at these things go. The Dundies. Feels like it, dude. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Am I about to get annihilated? Really? A bad beat like that? Come on, man. Come on. This is painful. This is definitely a little bit painful. This feels like, didn't this happen last week where there was a top tick and it dropped? And then if I just had a little bit more leeway, I would have ended up being fine. I feel like I've been here literally last week. You Chase got wrecked. Well, I didn't get knocked out yet, but it's not shaping up to look. I mean, maybe Meta and Microsoft. Like, I think I'm trying to be hopeful, but 1, 2, 3 red bars in a row. It's not, dude, I don't know. But look how good some of these look. I guess it's truly a mixed bag because Apple's going down, Tesla's going down. I guess over here I'm focusing on the positives when I should really be paying better attention to the negatives. Yeah, Tesla's getting a little bit smoked. Apple's maybe trying to pop off of this. Meta's looking good. Apple's now going up. Apple's catching a bid. Netflix, 1, 2, big bar. Come on, come back. Come on, maybe Meta, maybe Zuckerberg, the Lizard King Zuckerberg will save me. Maybe Gates's brainchild of Microsoft will save me. Come on. Come on. We could do this. Calm, cool, collected. I didn't get completely annihilated yet. Still very much could happen, but I thought on the open range breakout there would at least be a little bit of a pop, but there wasn't. It like barely got it, and I was the sucker who tried to buy in the breakout, and I at least of now am paying the price for it. Come on, come back. This is painful. Folks. I should have been done by today. I was hoping, similar to the market open trade, that I'd be in and out in a portion of 5 seconds and then just be done so I could shut it down. Come on, keep going. Recapture 406.80. You could do it. How is the options market looking? Options market's a bit flat now, at least on the SPY. Come on, keep going. You got this, Microsoft. Microsoft, that 384 I was talking about, we might be hitting that today. If Apple keeps going down and Microsoft keeps going up, Microsoft might flip-flop it and be the number one company. How's Apple? Apple's even catching a bit of a bid right now. Okay. We're doing something. We're doing something here. A little bit of something. A little bit of something. Come on. Even looking Get me back to break even would look good at a certain point. Come on, at least get me back to break even so I don't have to see so much horrific red. Here we go. Come on, push it. Push it to 74. No, wrong direction. No. We were looking so good. What's going on? What? We were looking so good. What the fuck is this? What is this? Dude. It was looking so good. This is ripping my heart out. Right now. All right, are we going right back? Was that a little fake out? Just something to screw with me? The market makers attacking the stream? Are we going right back? Because that's what I want to see. Dude, Meta and Microsoft are holding it. Come on, Apple. Apple, do your job. No. Tesla. Netflix. Tesla and Netflix are not carrying their weight right now. Shit. Come on. Really? That's enough movement to outdo the phenomenal movement of Microsoft and Meta? Are you kidding me? Microsoft's the number 2 company. Dude, lot of range-bound whipsaw right now. Fuck. Dude, just hard rejections at yesterday's high thus far. Fuck, this is not going well. I thought I was going to get lucky for a second there when it was recovering so strongly. And same thing. It got right up to the zone, smacked. Options market kind of just flat right now. This is not boding well for me today. A bad beat on those first accounts, like the first day of those accounts. Are you kidding me? Fuck. Seriously? The sad thing is I know what's going to happen is my positions are going to get knocked out, fully knocked out. And then that's going to be the bottom and it's going to bounce off of that and then rip from there. I fully know what's going on with this. Fully know it's going to knock me out, knock my position out, and then it's going to rip without a doubt. I can almost guarantee it. It's going to come down just enough for me to lose my position and then it's going to skyrocket. This is what we saw last week. This is how trading goes. It comes just down for you to get tilted on your own position. Tesla just getting murdered. Netflix getting murdered. Apple's trying to at least hold. Yeah, this is what's going to happen. It's coming down just enough for me to lose mine, and then it'll skyrocket. It's how it goes, folks. It's how it goes. Coinbase coming down. Like I said, I get that Coinbase is this custodian for 8 of these spot Bitcoin ETFs, but with the pricing wars of the ETFs, it might be cheaper. Like big money might be like, dude, we'll just get the ETF instead of like doing the transaction fees. It might drive trading away from Coinbase because the ETFs are getting so cheap on a relative basis. Smoked. Come on, Microsoft, save the day. Where's Bitcoin at? 45K right now. Dude, Meta's holding. Microsoft, just turn it around. All right, SPY catching a little bit of a bid. Maybe this will lead to some optimism. Come on, SPY, do your thing. This is not loading up the most recent data, is it? Because let me log back in. What's going on with the options market? Come on, faster. Faster. So options spiked at 944, came down all the way to 947, but now the options are getting a bit more bullish. Hopefully, nope. Literally, I was going to say, hopefully this is enough to bring it back up, but nope. It was a fake out. One little green bar to make me think that I'm not going to get completely screwed just for it to get smashed anyway. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Come on. Just bring it right back up here. Bring it right back up. Come on, options. Where's all my degen bulls? I just need some like degenerate billionaire 0 DTE trader to feel bullish on the day. You know, billionaires, if there's a billionaire watching this stream right now, I've never asked you for anything. I've never come knocking on your door for a handout, and I'm not going to. But what I will ask is, let your degeneracy shine right now in the bullish direction. There's a lot of bulls in chat. I'm bullish. Like, just let it fly. Get those 0 DTs. Get those out of the money 0 DTs. Let this thing cook, man. Let it cook. Be the Robin Hood the world needs right now. Be the Robin Hood all of us degen traders really need. Come on. Meta's just perfectly flat. Microsoft's losing a little bit of its footing. Uh-oh. This is not good. I think these are about to get blown. The new accounts. Shoot.
Order canceled.
Yeah. The new accounts just got blown. So the challenge accounts are good, but literally, look at this. Now it's just getting annihilated. Fuck. Yeah, new accounts just got blown. So the 3 challenge accounts, like Rumble versus YouTube versus me, those are still good. I was mature enough to keep those going the way they should be going. But the new accounts that I got approved yesterday and had to pay like $85 on every account to start trading today, those ones are now no longer. You got greedy, bro. I don't really get that. How can you call people greedy if they had an exact trading plan and stick to it and then it just didn't happen? That's not greedy. That's... I find that people say greedy only if the trade doesn't work. Not very algorithmic of me. It was the definition of algorithmic. I had an exact systematic plan. I was waiting for a level. That's why my order was sitting at a level and it hit, and then I just got unlucky. So I don't understand that at all. You said you were done for the day. When did I say that? I said, this is the final trade of the day. At no point was I was like, oh, I'm done. And then I was like, oh, never mind, I'm going to trade again. I literally said that this is it. I said, this is the final trade. Greedy could just mean too high of a limit. I top ticked it and I needed the cues to move like 7 more cents in my favor. It wasn't like I was like, oh, like I'm just going to let this rip. Like I think a lot of people, I mean, and obviously trade however you want, but it's funny. That's not really, I mean, in my book, it's a good trade if you stuck to your plan. It's a bad trade if you didn't stick to your plan. But I see a lot of you are actually using, did you make money as the definition of good, or did you lose money as the definition of bad? In the trade that you just saw, of course I wanted it to go in my favor. I had a plan and it just didn't work, but I stuck to it. It wasn't like I went for more profit. It wasn't like I ran it late. It wasn't like I ran it early. I got in exactly when it said to get in. I had my profit target. Unfortunately, it just didn't hit. You trade wicks, you're gambling? What does that mean? Trading wicks? You trade wicks? That's not a thing. You literally just made that up right now. The plan could be greedy just because you stuck to it. I don't know how that makes sense. But whatever. I mean, trade how you guys want. But I would be very, very careful to define bad trades as losing money and good trades as making money. You can have a horrible trade and get lucky and make money, and you could have a great trade that loses money if you're sticking to like a well-established plan where ideally there's like an edge in your favor. Buying where I did, there was an edge in my favor, but like seasonality, there's no such thing as 100% guarantee. And I just had obviously a bad beat today. I got in exactly where I was supposed to get in at exactly the right time. And if you took this trade 9 times out of 10, literally over 90% of the time, you would hit. This is one of those circumstances where it just truly didn't hit. So you can't really be like, of course you could be, I guess, like a little perturbed that you didn't make money. Of course you could. Of course, that's fair. Like that's just a human emotion. But like I would actually be legitimately angry if I had a plan, broke the plan, and then that lost me money. If you're sticking to the plan and you have a bad beat, well, that's it. Sometimes you're going to have losses in your plan. It just literally happens. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works. The plan that can cause your account to blow up in one trade is a bad plan. That would be true if you don't know anything about prop accounts. But this is the plan for prop accounts. So like, yeah, that would be a bad plan if I fully funded my own account, but it's not my money that funded the account at all. So you have to know what you're talking about. It wasn't like I funded those accounts with $50,000 each of my own money. It's the plan for the prop account. Of course, I wouldn't trade that way in my own account, but that's the point of a prop account is you're trading someone else's money. So there's like different nuances to it. Trading wicks, he meant 1 minute candle. No, there's people who make a lot of money trading 1 minute. It's a little bit egotistical to think that just because you can't make money trading something doesn't mean that someone else on this planet can't make money. I mean, dude, market makers are trading in microseconds making money. And then there's people who's long-term swing investors, like long-term investors like Warren Buffett. So just to think that because you don't trade something one way, I guarantee you there's someone on this planet trading the exact way that you think isn't possible. And that's what's fun about the market is a lot of people view it in their own ways and they do their own stuff and they end up making a lot of money. I thought no one beat the S&P 500. A lot of people beat the S&P 500. What are you talking about? If you thought no one beat the S&P 500, people would never trade. The whole point is to try to beat it, and people do beat it. But if you thought no one ever beat it, no one would ever be trading. Everyone would just buy the S&P 500 or the SPY, and they would just sit in that forever. Where did you get that assumption that no one ever beats the S&P 500? Wherever you got that idea, you need to be, I guess, a little bit more informed or do a little bit more research. But like I said, I called it out basically here at 9:45 of what's going to happen is it's going to go down just enough to knock me out of my position, and then it's going to rip and make it to the point where like I would have been fine anyway. That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just get a bad beat. Sometimes you just get rivered. At least fortunately, though, in my case, I did get those other accounts approved today. So I did lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accounts, but I gained 6. So basically I'm down 1 account, and those were just the brand new ones. I do want to be clear that the competition accounts, my account, Rumble chat, and then YouTube chat, those 3 are all perfectly fine. Day 2 survived, 100% accuracy. So thus far, it's looking well, like it's looking pretty solid there, actually really solid there. So basically the net change today is I have 1 less PA account. That's the change. 1 less PA account than I did. So the 3 other accounts are good, but I had 7 additional and now I only have 6 additional. So I don't know, a little bit of a negative news, but I think I'm going to be more frustrated by the fact that this, I feel strongly, will end up bouncing and I would have been able to hit my profit. But what I could do is maybe tomorrow when I come back to the drawing board, instead of letting that one range play out, maybe I need to wait for a slightly different range. I'm sure there's something I could do to avoid what just happened to me in the future, but I'd have to do some back testing to know like what the best odds actually are. Hey man, thoughts on Bitcoin movement since it's announced about the ETF? Thank you, brother. Matt, so there was a false announcement. The ETFs are not approved. There was an announcement at 4:11 p.m. ET yesterday from the SEC that the ETFs were approved. And then 15 minutes later, Gary Gensler said that the Twitter account was compromised and there has been no decision. So at first there was movement because people thought it was literally approved because it came from the SEC's account. And then they, I guess, apparently like got hacked, or at least that's what they said. They said that the account was compromised. And I'm going to go into all of that in a second on what it does mean, what it doesn't mean, but absolutely crazy. Coming out with you in love and respect, can you explain what your trading plan is and what is the indicator on the bands you use? I mean, I have various trading plans. I don't have a singular trading plan. Like I'm currently running 2 different options trading strategies, and I'm currently running, I guess, 2 to 3, depending on how you look at it, future strategies. So there's not a singular trading plan. I guess I could cover that stuff in more detail in the Discord. I'm not going to do it here just because it would take too long. But in terms of this, if you're interested in this EMA cloud, it's just SATY, the SATI pivot ribbon. SATY. It's free. I know the developer. He's awesome. He's a trader. He's a pretty cool dude. But SATY, it's on TradingView. It's free. But all it is EMA. It's just different. It's the 8, the 11, the 21, the 35, and the 48. So it's just different EMA lines, and he just colorized the region in between the two, so you can easily tell if it's bullish or if it's bearish. But it's just the EMA lines, like the normal exponential moving average. He just kind of layered them all together. AMC is squeezing. Too bad it's in the wrong direction. Jesus. Yeah, that one, I mean, I've been calling it out since 2022, that it's going to be a disaster, like publicly calling it out ever since 2022. And it's one of those things that like you don't necessarily want to be right on, but it unfortunately ended up that I was right on it. So I tried to sound the alarms, and it just did not go my way. Just did not go my way. For your prop accounts, please. The 2 to 3, once again, it would take too long to describe it here. But everything, obviously not that market open trade. The market open trade is asking you guys which direction you want me to play. But in terms of my trading strategy, it's just like a back-tested thing. I mean, my background's in computer science, so a lot of the way that I trade is all going to be, I guess, like have a statistical edge to it. This concept of like trading with your gut is, in my opinion, very silly. So that trade right there, that long position, I mean, I know the odds of it. The odds are like upwards of 94 to 96% accuracy. It was a bad beat, and it happens. Like, it's just, that's a part of trading. And the reason I could risk so much on that is because I'm using a prop account, which means it's not my money. So it's a different trading style than I would do in my own account, because of course in my own account, I'm never going to go like risk that much. If it was my own money, that would be absolutely silly. Absolutely silly. Has the possibility been discussed that someone operates the Twitter for GG released the ETF before? Yeah, that's the main assumption, is because if you look at what was released that was compromised, it was very, very obviously, like so obviously professionally written by them. I wouldn't be surprised if one of two things happened. In the first case, maybe someone scheduled it and they picked the wrong date, picked the right time, but the wrong date. Or maybe someone did hack it because they didn't have two-factor authentication. They literally just had like whatever. Like, it's funny that the SEC's Twitter account had low-level protection. Obviously, that's very comedic. But on that note, the fact that someone got in, maybe they saw it was in the drafts and they just fired it off early. I think those are the two like plausible reasons for this. I pressed the link, but didn't get the link to Discord. I mean, you guys could figure out the steps. Like, it's really not that hard. You click on the link. If you click on the link, which I've stated a million times, you have to sign up for locals. And then right here, the Goonie Discord is live, free access. Join the Discord. Like, it's the first post. Like, if you can't like navigate your way through this. I don't know how to hold your hand through it, but I've said it a million times, macros.locals.com, and it is literally the pinned post. So when you say I pressed the link but didn't get the link to the Discord, I don't know how to help. I truly don't know how to make it more obvious. It's in Locals. Sign up for Locals and you get access to Discord. That's how you do it. And there's a pinned message. There's steps. We wrote out the steps. We made a video. We did everything we could to try to get the connection. And if you're still having issues, maybe Discord's down or something. I don't see it because I see people in the Discord right now. Like maybe there's some tech issues, but I literally just follow the steps. Just follow the steps. You got it. They're there. Of course, there are random tech issues once in a while, and if you haven't, more than happy to help you figure it out. Sometimes the syncing process between Locals and Discord could get a little bit wonky, but if you can't even find the link to Discord, I think you just didn't even read the directions at all. You have to put a credit card in? Yeah, but it's still free. It'll be 02024. I'm running a cash account. Can't do credit spreads. What's another good strategy to run? I don't know. I don't know your knowledge of options trading. Credit spread. Well, all of them can be used. It's just you know how to use them. I mean, you could long calls, you could long puts, credit spreads, debit spreads, butterflies, condors, all of them. You can make money if you know how to trade them. So what's good is just where's your knowledge base at and what are you comfortable with trading? I'm a big fan of credit spreads. I'm a fan of debit spreads. There's certain circumstances where all long calls and long puts. But none of them, I guess, in my opinion, are better or worse than the other. It's do you know how to use them properly? Nice. Boule locking in 2K on NVIDIA. How's NVIDIA doing right now? Coasting sideways, so just below that 540 fib level. If you look at the daily chart, the 540 is the 1.618 fib extension. So a lot of people are focusing on 540. Above 540, I would be kind of paying attention to the key psychological level of, I suppose, what is it? I guess 550 at this point, really. Is it going to bounce back? I think so, but we'll see. Right now, we pounced on the 5 minute. Now it's getting hit. Actually, some bears are stepping up. Look at the 5 minute, the 10 minute are both below the 48 EMA, and now the 30 minute is almost there as well. Interessante. Calendar spreads are by far the most amazing. Calendar spreads are a good tactic if you know how to handle them properly. The SPY just got its downside gap fill, and so did the Qs. And the chance of that happening on a Wednesday is 66% chance. So the SPY just got its and the Qs just got its. And yeah, that means that what just happens with about a 66% accuracy. When you're going for the downside gap fill relative to the previous day's close. So when I say gap fill on that one, I don't necessarily mean like a true gap like we see on the daily chart. I just mean the open relative to the previous day's close. For those of you who care about the math, the opposite side, when you open below the previous day's close and try to get that upside gap fill, as in trading up to the previous day's close, on Wednesdays, that actually has a 72% accuracy. That's actually one of the most statistically significant things to trade. If you open below the close on the S&P 500, the SPY, SPX, ES, anything related to the S&P 500, if you open below the previous day's cash session close on a Wednesday, the chance of you trading up at some point in that day to obviously the previous day's closing value, because you're opening below it, has about a 72.6% accuracy. And that is looking at data from 2005 up to the end of 2023. Will you be live again later with actual spot Bitcoin news? It depends when it comes out. The odds are probably no, because it's going to be announced probably after post market, and I might be doing some like interviews at that time about crypto. So I might just be literally on someone else's doing their stuff. So it depends when. What's going on with AMC? It's dying because it's run like a piece of shit. The leadership team and the board is an absolute joke. So it's dying because they're diluting it. People are starting to realize the math doesn't work out. It's taking in less money than its debt payments, its interest on its debt. So it's just hemorrhaging money. It's a dying company. Do you trust AA? Not at all. Why would anyone trust AA? There's no good reason. There's no singular action taken by Adam Aron that should make you think you should trust him. Like, at all. At all. He's basically, everything he said he's going to do, he's done the opposite. We're not going to do reverse stock splits. We're not going to dilute it. Dilution is good. He's just lied. He's lied and he's lied and he's lied. And people are, he issued ape stock. Isn't that good? Your account name is Practical Investing. Wait, are you just being a troll? Because if so, that's actually hilarious. He issued ape stock. I don't know if you're being serious or if you're trolling. If that's sarcasm, that's hilarious. If that's a serious statement, I have a lot of concerns about your name, Practical Investing, because that's not practical. But I think you do know what you're talking about, and you're pointing out how ape was obviously dilution that basically fucked the stock. So I'm gonna side on the error of comedy and give you, like, I think that's some high level sarcasm. I like it. I am beginning to get suspicious about AA. All right, I think you've been suspicious about it. I think you've been suspicious, and everyone should be. Why not? You should be able to question it. Matt, why is Rum in an SEC investigation? The reason is undisclosed. We covered this in detail yesterday. It's most likely related to Culper Research, which is a short report firm who try to question the reporting of their monthly active users. But then it's silly because if you look into their earnings, their monthly active users report, it comes from Google Analytics. It's not self-generated. It's from Google Analytics. So if there were an issue, which I don't think that there is, the person in question would be Google. But you could read the Wired article, or you could watch my video, the stream from yesterday, a video that I made it on yesterday. I broke the whole situation down, but that's what it most likely it is. Like, you can't say it with certainty because the SEC hasn't said it, but the only negative thing that people can find is the Culper Research report from April of 23. And the only thing in that was the MAUs, and then we broke down the MAUs that it's not self-generated. It's from Google Analytics. What happened at Tilray? I know they had earnings yesterday, so I guess maybe not that good of earnings. I haven't been watching Tilray that closely. AMC probably going to squeeze now. The day after Matt said it's a dying company. Oh, no, I've been saying it's a dying company for like a full year now. Maybe even longer. And guess what? I've been right. I was right about Ape with all the receipts on Twitter. I was right about Adam Aron with all the receipts on Twitter. Right about the direction of AMC stock. Right about dilution. Folks, the receipts are on Twitter. It's all up there. For it to squeeze, people have to buy it. The only people who were buying it when it did actually squeeze, those people no longer have money. They're not getting stimulus checks. They've already lost too much money on AMC itself. For something to squeeze, you have to have a lot of shorts, but then you have to have even more buyers. You have to have a lot of aggressive buyers. No one on this planet is aggressively buying AMC. It's just not there. Look at the stock. If people were aggressively buying it, it would be going up, and it's going the opposite way. People are aggressively selling it. They might be getting out of their positions, or it might be shorts. It's probably a combination of the two, but no one is aggressively buying it. Who hates? Culper is literally one dude, basically a blogger and a crappy one at that. He hates Rumble and what it stands for. Yeah, it seems like he's just kind of against the overall message of Rumble, which is, I don't know why. Folks, like I said, it's coming down just enough to knock me out of my position, and then it's going to go up and rip, and that's what we are literally seeing right now. Right now. There are a ton of people on Reddit still pushing buying and holding AMC. You can't say anything negative about AMC or A because they'll jump on you and call you a shill. Yeah, I mean, they're crazy people. But also, when you say a lot of people, it's probably at this point, it's probably sub 5,000. And 5,000 might sound like a lot, but remember, at one point, the movement was 3 million. So on a relative basis, it's died. Like the movement has died. And yes, there's still a couple people who talk about it. And in magnitude, that's a good chunk of people. But it isn't anywhere close to what it used to be. The only people left over now are just like absolute dimwits. They're just crazy people. Like, look at what they say. Like, you can tell that they just have no idea what they're talking about. What do you think about GME? GME is a bit more interesting, especially because of the recent developments with Ryan Cohen basically turning GameStop into a hedge fund. So for those of you who missed it, Ryan Cohen now has permission by GameStop to use their extra funds to actively trade in the market. So GameStop, it's not GameStop anymore. It's basically how good is Ryan Cohen at trading. So if he's good at trading, yeah, GameStop could go up if he crushes it in the market. But on the flip side, if he sucks at it, he could also lose that money. Do you think the shorts won? It depends what side. The early shorts got completely blown out. The later shorts obviously made a lot of money. So it depends. Not all shorts are the same shorts. There's always new shorts, old shorts. Like, there's a churn of those people. Like, the shorts aren't just the shorts. You can't think of them as a monolith. It's a different grouping of people. So the early shorts got completely destroyed. The later shorts made a lot of money. A lot of money. I'm referring to Citadel. There was no evidence that Citadel was ever short. In fact, the way our reporting system works is there's no evidence of anyone being short unless they publicly state it. So if you look at the 13D, F, G, all those filings, you have to report your long positions, your calls, and your puts, but not your shorts. So there's no actual filing system like with the SEC or the government or anything like that where it's like, oh, okay, like you have to report this. That does not exist. A lot of people say Citadel just because that's like the one thing they learned. They're like, market makers, payment for order flow, Citadel. And then all of a sudden that somehow got like warped into this concept that Citadel is short. And they might have been short, but my point is you just don't know. It was never publicly reported who was actually short. Any signals yet? Nope, not yet. No sirree, Babo. No sirree, Babo. I actually don't really know why people just started to assume Citadel is short. Like, where was ever evidence? I think they just hated Ken Griffin, and maybe rightfully so. I've never met the dude. He could be a huge douchebag. I've never met him, but they just like their hatred for him just like, I guess, allowed them to make up facts. They're like, oh yeah. Are you bearish sometimes? Of course. I mean, I'm an active day trader. Yeah. Arguably 50% of the time I'm bearish, 50% of the time I'm bullish. If you look at it over the long haul, like there's bearish periods, there's bullish periods. But I do want to clarify, in the long term, it's silly to be bearish on the overall market. Like, quality companies, Microsoft, NVDA, Apple, the SPY, Qs, like in the long term, it's very silly to be bearish. In the short term, you could obviously have pockets of bearishness, but it is silly to do that. I take that the Bitcoin spot ETF didn't get approved. Not yet. The assumption is that we're going to hear about it today after the market closes. Most likely today after the market closes. All right. Speaking of that, I guess we should cover some of the major news. Happy Bitcoin ETF approval day to everyone who celebrates. Now, at the point that I'm recording this, it's not officially approved, but all signs do point to the fact that today, Wednesday, January 10th, we should be getting the official approval from the US SEC. Now, I'm saying the official approval because yesterday, January 9th, there was a little bit of a mess up, and apparently the official SEC Twitter/X account was compromised, and they had a very professional sounding thing that, yeah, no, it is approved. And then crypto went crazy. And then 15 minutes later, Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, the guy who is like, tasked with protecting all of us, is like, the account was compromised. It's truly one of the wildest stories in the realm of finance. And I have to give it to the people writing this particular iteration of our simulation because they are absolutely hilarious. So here's what happened. This is the daily chart, just for posterity's sake, of Bitcoin. As I'm filming this, it's trading just below $45,000. But check out the 30-minute chart. So yesterday, right after the market closed, let me even go to the 15-minute chart. It got announced. Everyone's stoked. And then Gary Gensler was like, we haven't approved it yet. And it got absolutely smoked. So everyone went from being stoked to getting smoked. And ever since then, Bitcoin has been coming down just ever so slightly. But once again, as I'm filming this, there's a really, really good chance that later on today, the 10th, we actually get the approval, which I think will lead to another bout of volatility. Do I think it'll be bullish or bearish? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm not really an active trader. Most of my crypto, I'm just sitting on it, and I want to see how it plays out in the long term. So if you look at the market cap right now, overall market cap, 1.68 trillion, Bitcoin itself, 883 billion. Just yesterday it was over 900, but obviously since it's getting a little bit smacked because of the confusion of what happened with the SEC, there's a little bit of bearishness. So let me break down the full story, but I need to give a shout out to the internet because the internet is taking win after win after win. The internet's undefeated. Like as soon as anything happens, you can trust on the internet and the internet trolls to make great jokes. So we protected the investors, obviously making fun of the SEC. X username, X password, SEC password 123. Bitcoin is too dangerous. Dude, these memes are hilarious. So anyway, obviously you get the TLDR. You know what went down. They said they approved it, and then they said their account was compromised and it shouldn't have been sent out, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, this is hilarious. Of course, this is a very embarrassing moment for the SEC, but it got to the serious degree where actual politicians were officially calling out Gary Gensler. It is unacceptable that the agency entrusted with regulating the epicenter of the world's capital markets would make such a colossal error. And that's spot on. So let's actually talk about the error. At 4:11 p.m., 11 minutes after the market closed, from the official US SEC Twitter X page, they said, yeah, approved. Okay. And that's why crypto went up. And then 15 minutes later at 4:26, Gary Gensler tweeted out, the SEC Gov Twitter account was compromised. An unauthorized tweet was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin ETF products. It caused the world for a second there, the crypto world, to go absolutely crazy. So everyone reported, CNBC, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, everyone on Twitter was like, approved, approved, approved. And then 15 minutes later, everyone had to retract it. And like I said, massive embarrassment. SEC's account compromise was, quote unquote, not due to any breach of X's system. X said late Tuesday it has completed a preliminary probe into the compromised account of the US SEC that displayed a false post. And I have their, breakdown of it right here. We can confirm that the account SEC Gov was compromised, and we have completed a preliminary investigation. Based on our investigation, the compromise was not due to any breach of X's system, but rather due to an unidentified individual obtaining control over a phone number associated with the SEC Gov account through a third party. We can also confirm that the account did not have two-factor authentication enabled at the time the account was compromised. Yes, folks, we currently live in a world, as called out by that politician, that the people in charge of protecting the epicenter of global markets did not have two-factor authentication on their public-facing social media account. Like I said, whoever's writing the version of our simulation, dude, they have some quality comedic skills because you can't make this up. You absolutely cannot make this up. SEC's X account hacked to falsely say Bitcoin ETF was approved. I fortunately was able to stream this in real time. If you want to check out the stream of me thinking it was approved, then realizing it was all a hoax, you could see my emotions go from very high to very low in a couple minutes. The video is still up, but here's what Bloomberg had to say.
At Gary Gensler, saying that the SEC Gov Twitter account was compromised and an unauthorized tweet was posted. It says the SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. Shonali Bassick still with us here in our New York studios. We're also in conversation with Keely Lyons and Eric Balchunas. Shonali, I mean, there's going to be a lot of speculation as to what happened, what didn't happen. At the end of the day, they still have to make a decision, or at least the anticipation is they have to make that decision.
They have to make a decision today.
Do you think we're going to see anything materially different, maybe in 24 hours' time, than what we saw just over the last 20 minutes?
And I had the same thought. The fact that there was this kind of a mistake, until we know where the mistake came from, can the SEC then move forward and say, okay, we can rightfully still approve this in that deadline? They could always punt, right? They could always push it as they have before. They could also deny application. They could ask for more information. As we've seen last-minute amendments to the filings.
I don't think they could do that at this point, because they're already too embarrassed. They really are. Unless they get egotistical and get angry about it. That's also a possibility.
Trying to move forward and get this page cleared and get past this moment so that, you know, we can get these things approved with certainty now that there are so many issuers. But does this change the equation? We don't even really know how this compromise, as Gary Gensler called it. Remember, think about just the influence that X, or previously Twitter, has had on financial markets alone in the last several years, and the fights that the SEC has had over this type of these type of issues and disclosures. Was it a breach? Was it not a breach? Right? I mean, they need to at least provide some clarity.
Well, they need to provide clarity.
100% need to provide clarity, and maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't. But right here, a lot of people, like I said, the internet never loses. So they started to dig up old commentary from the SEC. Check this one out. This is from October 16th, 2023. Careful what you read on the internet. The best source of information about the SEC is the SEC, the ones obviously who posted the incorrect information. Another one, this is a reminder to secure your financial accounts as well as protect against identity theft and fraud. Use strong passphrases or passwords. Set up multi-factor authentication. Keep account alerts turned on. Apparently, they did not take their own advice. And then Fox put this out. Will the SEC investigate itself after Gary Gensler dealt embarrassing blow in Bitcoin ETF debacle? They should wholeheartedly, because you can fairly say right now in the year 2024, the biggest manipulator of the crypto market, specifically Bitcoin, is the SEC. And if they are tasked with looking into market manipulation, well, look into the biggest manipulator, the SEC itself. This is absolutely ridiculous. But at least it makes us last. Are you going to approve the Bitcoin ETFs? The best we can do is say our X account was hacked. Now, if you ask me of like what really happened here, I think one of two things happened. Either one of the people working there was attempting to schedule the tweet for today and probably got the time right, but the date wrong and it got posted early, or it legitimately was hacked because they didn't have two-factor authentication. They just went through a compromised phone and then they realized that this was in the draft, because if you actually read what was posted, it sounded very professional. It sounded like exactly what the SEC would post, not what a hacker would post, because they would post some sort of meme or something trolling. They wouldn't be professional about it. So I think those are the two logical things that could have in reality actually played out. But regardless of what actually happened, right now Gary Gensler is getting lambasted by political officials. Chair Gary Gensler, does this mean we can blame more of the SEC Gov's horrible rulemaking and so-called regulation by enforcement on a compromised account? Asking for a friend. Sincerely, right here, Chairman of the House Financial Services Oversight and Investigations Subcommittee. It's getting pretty serious, but with all that happening, you might be thinking, okay, this is ridiculous. No way could it get more ridiculous. And I'm pleased to report that yes, it can. So even though this involves the SEC not protecting their own account, somehow, for whatever reason, we live in a world where they're still going to try to blame Elon Musk. SEC account hack amplifies concerns over security at Musk's X. Imagine being in a world where you can literally have nothing to do with something and then somehow you still get blamed. This is so obviously the SEC's fault, whether they were actually hacked or compromised, whatever. It's on them. It's not on Twitter. It's not on X. It's not on Musk. But then yet we are now in a world where journalists hate Elon so much that they're even going to try to blame him for this? I just don't get it. So I wanted to share this to kind of, I don't know, wrap up the story of what happened with the fake Bitcoin ETF approval that happened on the 9th, but we're filming this on the 10th. And I do believe by the conclusion of today, fingers crossed, that we officially do have the approval. So I just want to let everyone know what's going on, the absurdity of the situation, and the absolute embarrassment of the situation. The final thing I want to leave you with is, do you think that this particular event, or really, no, I suppose we could take Gary Gensler's body of work. My final question for you is, do you think that Gary Gensler, the chairman of the US SEC, because of this and everything else that's happened under his leadership, we'll say that with quotes, do you think he should be fired? Let me know in a comment. Also, very quickly, before I read your comment on if he should or shouldn't be fired, I do want to let you know that BlackRock this morning decided to lower their fee as well. So they're now down at 0.25. So BlackRock early this morning lowering their ETF fee to 0.25. And I guess their fee after waiver, so it's going to be 12 months or the first 5 billion. So just want to let you know there. And as I'm waiting for your comments of if he should be fired, we have this. Matt, I've been with you for years and love the content, but I have to leave the community unless you finally want to admit that you're paid by Rumble. I admit it. I'm too old to have the energy for hate, but I hate Bloomberg. You know, out of all of them, I would never argue that any of them are perfect by any means, ever. That just seems like a silly... Dude, what did I say? It's going to fall just enough to get me knocked out, and then it's going to come back and rip to the upside. I literally called it out for you. I got knocked out around here. I got knocked out at 54. So let me actually see how much more the Qs. I got knocked out at 405.75. It fell another 50 cents, and now it's ripping, and I would have been fine. I told you how it was going to play out. I told you it's going to fall enough to get me knocked out, and then it's going to rip to where I would have been fine anyway. I called it. Easy peasy lemon squeezies. I let you know how it was going to go, and that's exactly how it played out, which is obviously particularly frustrating. So anyway, market trying to recover a little bit. I'm looking for some sort of range breakout on the SPY and on the Qs, but wild. So anyway, my question to you guys, Gary Gensler, fired or no? Do you think this is a good enough reason to get rid of him, or do you think it was just like an honest mistake and we shouldn't necessarily hold them to this at all? Do you think, you know what, we all make mistakes, you shouldn't lose your job for it? I don't care really. Firing squad. For Gary, the firing squad. All right, that's another level. You can't fire an alien. Why not? Bongino livestream broke 100K viewers in 3 weeks ago, just saw earlier this week, and was above 120K per run. Eye-catching, largest livestream on many occasions. Second to Matty K. No, Bongino's been crushing it, which is another particularly weird thing with like Rumble right now, of like them lying about MAUs, like allegedly, which is so obvious. Like, dude, in the mornings, they have the biggest live streamers, like in the entire internet, the world of the internet. If you look at the back-to-back of Bongino, Crowder, Russell Brand, like they carry serious numbers. And then at night, Glenn Greenwald carries serious numbers. On top of that, did you guys see the news about Twitter? Not Twitter, Twitch. They are laying off 50%. I'm trying to find the actual tweet. I think it was 50% that they're laying off. Where was it? To the Twitch community, I want to send a short note to let you know that we've made the difficult decision to reduce the size of our workforce today. At this point, we are focused on communicating with our employees and providing them clarity on how this impacts each of them, blah, 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 blah. But I think it's 50%, 35%. Twitch, right here. Amazon's Twitch to cut 500 employees, about 35% of the staff. Move is designed to stem losses after 2 rounds of layoffs last year. So they're just continuing to lay off time and time again. Twitch is dying. It is very, very, very obvious that Twitch is dying. the future of streaming is going to be split between YouTube, X, Rumble, maybe Kick, but even Kick's having their problems, a lot of problems right now. It looks like the future of streaming is ending up to be X, YouTube, Rumble. Those are the ones. Like Twitch it's dying. Like this is clearly, obviously dying. There's no argument against it. Like the financials are horrible and it's getting worse and worse and worse. Is it insider trading if I bought Boeing puts while I am inside the wrecked airplane? Purely hypothetical, of course. Imagine sitting in an airplane when suddenly the fucking door blows out. Now, while everyone is screaming and grasping for air, you instead turn to your noise-canceling headphones to ignore the crying baby next to you, calmly open your Robinhood app or whatever broker you prefer, I don't care, and load up on Boeing puts. There is no way the market could have already priced it in. It literally just happened. Would that be considered insider trading? I mean, you are literally inside the wreck of a plane. On the other hand, one could argue that you are also outside the airplane, given that the door just blew off. That's funny. Twitch has been dying a slow death ever since they became a gateway to OnlyFans and worse. Yeah, it's just going downhill. No one wants to use it. Their discovery system is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Where are we at? Hang on. Need a... how do I want to do this? How do I want to make my trades today? I haven't gotten a signal yet, but I still want to trade something, you know? You know? Trying to get some sort of a trade in. Looks like I got a fill, so here I'll throw that into the Discord quickly. No signal yet though. Oops. What just happened? Did I get it? Positions? Oh, I did. Nice. Nice. Hey, that's a win for the good guys. I just need to, I guess, make some of this money so I can buy more of those Apex accounts. Oh, if you're looking for the 1 day approval, this is the final day. Well, I guess technically tomorrow. So if you're interested in Apex, I think it's the second link in the description of the video. But the 1 day approval, typically it takes 7. But right now they're just doing 1 day stuff. So if that's something that interests you, just want to call it out. So you know it's a thing. Goonie trades. If you're in the Discord, I'm putting my trade in right now. Speaking of the Discord, I don't think I've seen this yet, but I believe we have a new ad for you guys. So if you guys don't mind me playing an ad here, we'll see how it is. Oh, that was a little loud. I probably blew your airs out. My apologies. And I know you can't see anything. So let me switch this over. But yeah, you got a little bit of a taste of what's what. Here we go. Would love to play you guys an ad. Shout out to the sponsor of today's show. I think that explains itself. I think that explains everything you need to know. A very well thought out ad. I think that's good. I don't even know what else to say about it. It's just a solid ad. Good music, good models. I don't even know who they paid to do that. That's Tom Cruise, Bradley Cooper, someone, some high hit and male model. Did y'all talk about the futures prop trading in the Discord? We talk about everything. Just this morning, we were talking about the secret Jewish tunnels in New York City, where people they caught a bunch of Jewish people that had secret tunnels because they built them when the world was shut down, and they were using them to still go to synagogue. So yeah, we cover it all, dude. It doesn't even stop at the world of trading, everything. French condos, lots of French condo talk. Lots of French condo talk. Market came right back up. And as soon as the Qs hit a new high, I would have been fine. But alas, I wasn't. Alas, I am the mess up. I am the loser. But both got their downside gap fill, the SPY and the Qs, which once again, that had a 66% accuracy of happening today. 66% accuracy. So that's fun. Hey, that's fun. And also, if you want to know the odds of the SPY, here, I put this in the Discord. If you want to know the odds of the SPY being above yesterday's close, today's Wednesday, right? 69.5% chance. So there's a 69.5% chance that the SPX is above 4764. There's a 69.5% chance that the SPY is above 473.88. Just to give you some odds. Is it a guarantee? No, but those are pretty good odds, team. Pretty good odds. Did this. All right, what is today? Jan 10th, 0 DTE. Okay. I'm putting this signal into the Discord right now. Been on a bit of a heater lately. A bit of a heater. Please do not forget that at 1 p.m. today, we get the 10-year note auction. So a treasury auction. I think it's going to be fine, but it in the past has kind of thrown some not so savory stuff into the punch bowl. So I just want to let you guys know 1 p.m. today, there could be a bit of unexpected volatility. All right. All right, it's all in there. If you're in the Discord, it's in there. Wait, you guys were talking about a funny Mullen video. What's going on with Mullen? Something about showing off. Where's the video? This one. This is what people told me to watch.
And here we are today.
This is David Mishery, this scumbag who runs the company.
Hey, what's going on here?
Shuts the door and the mirror falls off right here.
Hey, what's going on here? Oh my God. Very.
Yeah, that's why Mullen's a piece of shit, because it's a scam. Look at it. Like, what about this makes you think, oh yeah, like this is awesome?
Can or not?
The biggest scam, dude. Mullen is such trash. Such trash. Insider trading, BA, we covered that. That was pretty funny. Reporter to Hunter, what kind of crack do you normally smoke, Mr. Biden? No way. Really? They asked him that? That's funny. What kind of crack do you normally smoke? Elon Musk charged with securities fraud for misleading tweets. Go get him. Yeah, that's interesting. Elon Musk charged with securities fraud for misleading tweets. Boy, how have the tables have turned. Someone should charge the SEC for fraud for misleading tweets. It's the same shit. Yesterday was the dress rehearsal. Today's the real show. I agree. Hunter Biden storms out of the middle of a congressional hearing after MTG tries to question him. Why can't I play any of these? Is X having X having issues with tweets for you guys? Nothing's loading for me. Look at that. Folks, told you it was going to happen. I told you this would happen. That this was obviously going to come down, knock me out, and then rip anyway. It's just how my life goes. It's just that's my career trading. Just enough to knock me out, and then it rips. Abby, does anyone know if you sell 0DT and let it expire at market close? Well, yes, it is a day trade. No, it's a day trade if you let it expire. It depends, Abby. It does not depend. It's a day trade. I gotten hit on it. Well, I could say it's definitely a day trade on Interactive Brokers and Webull for sure. And the fact that it is a day trade on Interactive Brokers and Webull tells me that if you're on a margin count, probably on any of the other ones, it is unwell. But I only definitely know on Webull and Interactive Brokers. On Webull, if it expires worthless, it's not. Well, that's because it's expiring worthless. If you're that's different. If you're long premium and it expires worthless, it was never exercised or anything. It's just expired worthless, which is different than if you sold premium and expired. It's the opposite direction there. In the Discord, what type of trades do you share? Are they 0DT? Yeah. I mean, and I give you, if you want to check that out, this is for free. You could see exactly what happens. This is exactly what happened yesterday. So you could see this for free on locals. You could see the call out right here at 10:24 on January 9th. January 9th, 0DTs, bullish signal, 3 out of 5. A SPY put credit spread, a Q put credit spread, 0 DTE. I gave the levels, and then later I explained exactly your potential gain. I gave my personal trades right here. This was posted in the Discord, so you could see the time that I traded it. Obviously, I got in at 110, a little bit of a later trade yesterday, got out at 245. And then I show my account. I think I should, obviously it's on me to be as transparent as possible. I show my personal trades. I have some robot systematic signals firing. So you could take it if you want, you could use it. If you want to fade it, you could do that. So I give out robotic signals. I show my personal trades. Other people share their trades. That's about it. I don't know. If there's more specific questions, I'm more than happy to answer. Is Piper on the Discord? Commonly. Most of the time, it's actually her on the Discord and not me. I've been doing a lot better with next day expirations, a lot better when what? When you're selling premium or when you're long premium? Which one? I find that I'm better if I am long premium. Dude, speaking of premium, should I just join this NVIDIA party? NVIDIA is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look at this thing. All right, I'm going to do a small position on NVIDIA just because it seems fun. When in Rome. Am I doing the right strike? I mean, it's definitely chasing. This is not what I should be doing at all. Or do I want to buy it for the end of the week? Do I want to do a 0DT? Whatever. All right. I'm doing a small thing just in case this pops right here. Here's going to be my risk. All right. Risk set up. We'll see. Small, like just whatever. If I could get 10%. Thinking of trying Apex, but would let you know your opinion if there's any negatives to Apex profit count. Is there a recommended reading list? The negative? Okay, I guess like in terms of negatives, understand that it is not easy to pass the test. So I wouldn't sign up for my first account and be like, oh, I'm going to pass this right away and make a ton of money. The test is like intentionally difficult to pass. And that's just because they only want to give you money if they're confident in your trading ability. So like it makes sense of why it's tough to pass, but I guess like that's the big call out is like for me, the way I normally trade in my own account, whether it's stock options or particularly my own futures account, I had to learn how to trade very, very differently to get approved on Apex. But other than that, in terms of like, I've been paid out every time I request money. So like there's nothing sketchy on that part of it. At least for me personally, I've gotten thousands and thousands of dollars out of Apex thus far. It's sometimes it's a little like if you're not familiar with NinjaTrader, like you have the choice to hook it up either to NinjaTrader or Tradeovate. I hooked mine up to NinjaTrader, so I wasn't familiar with that beforehand. So I had to get a little used to that. So that was like a bit of a learning curve. I guess my main thing is it is not an easy test to pass. They have very, very stringent, unrealized like drawdown rules that if basically on a $50,000 account, if you have an unrealized drawdown of 2.5K, you failed the test. Your account's blown out. So this morning, even though my account was fine, it was technically over 48K, like it wasn't that big of a loss relative to the account size. The fact that I had the drawdown, like I just broke one of the rules. So that account got blown out, even though like it didn't actually lose all of its money. I just broke one of the rules. So they have very stringent rules. So I guess that's like the major thing that I would like to call out. Bravo. I did a full Ortex breakdown of Rumble's like numbers, metrics in the video. So it's on the stream yesterday, but then we also cut out that part of the stream and made it a video. So if you go to my Rumble page, you're going to see the new video, and it's everything about the stock and what's going on with it, including the full Ortex metric breakdown. And the spine of the Qs. Look at that V-shape. Look at that V-shape recovery. That's crazy. Will this video ever play? I don't understand. I want to know what's going on here. I guess maybe not. We're just not allowed to watch the video, I suppose. Not allowed to watch it. What do we have here? Oh, but this one. Well, hang on. That's a little long. I'm going to come back to that if we have time. At this point, you just got to accept that your cat hates you. Throwback, when my parents surprised me with my cat, then ran away for 2 months.
Dallas! Dallas!
Oh, no, Jester! You didn't let him go!
Runs right back. I was like, dude, I don't want to be saved. That's a good one. Just a reminder, Anthony Fauci eats his boogers.
Here's an email chain from April of 2020. Can you turn to the second to last page?
Ew. Oh, don't do that. Ketchup.
Ketchup, I'm going to make it disappear. 1, 2, 3. Gone. All the way over there. Oh my God. Did you see that? Chocolate bar magic. Watch this. Goes in my hands. Watch closely. Gone. Wow. What? Guys, pray for chocolate. Pray for chocolate. Heavens above, give us a credo. Watch the straw. 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Gone. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? All the way. Whoa! What? No, Jesus! No, Jesus! No. Ketchup.
That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. The streets interviews gotta stop. Women are not built like that. What?
I keep seeing these street interviews talking reckless and wild, and I want to make sure men know it's not real. So you'll see these street interviews where he walks up to a 25-year-old single good-looking woman. You know, how tall does your man need to be? 6'3". How much money does he need to make a year? $250K a year. How much does he need to spend on your wedding ring? He needs to spend $35,000 on my wedding ring. None of that is real. Once ladies fall in love, they start making excuses the opposite direction. I see so many ladies out here with a bum. It's amazing.
Pretty fair.
He's gonna get a job. Well, he's working on getting into school. He's gonna get his doctorate. He's basically a doctor already. 19, no job, sitting around. And they're talking about I'm in love and making excuses for him and about how he's gonna be the man in the future. So as a man, here's what it really comes down to. Your value with the ladies will increase as you get out of the child mindset and into more of your 30s.
Honestly,
and 40s,
a pretty base
establish
take.
Yourself. That's it. It goes up and up and up.
Yeah.
I keep seeing these street interviews.
Be humble and kind, but know your worth. Professor blows students' minds with this life lesson. Definitely going to get DMCA'd.
Who would like this $20 bill?
I do.
Okay. I'm going to give it to one of you, but first, let me do this. Okay, now, who still wants it?
I do.
And what if I do this? Now, who wants it now? My dear students, I've just showed you a very important lesson. No matter what I did with this money, you still wanted it because it never lost its worth. It's still worth $20. Well, there are many times in our lives when we feel like life has crumbled us up and ground us into the dirt. We may make some bad decisions or have to deal with some poor circumstances. And sometimes our lives can make us feel worthless. But no matter what has happened, no matter what
it's a little bit on the nose. It's a
never
good
lose
message,
your-
but like
never lose
very
your-
obvious where this was going.
Never forget that.
A good message, but obviously on the nose. On the nose. What else do we have? Oh, is this the Beanie Baby thing? I think I saw this morning. This Beanie Baby guy's jacked up.
It literally sells itself. That's how hot this is.
I'm going to tell you, this deal is so good that I can hardly wait to read the net tomorrow to hear what people have to say about what we did. We have there are 28 Beanie Babies in here when you consider retirement that can literally pay for everything right now. 94 different Beanie Babies. We're going to give you the $400 Maple Bear free in this package. Look at that. We're going to give you the $400 Maple Bear free. You are going to get guaranteed. Do you know now? Glory's in here. Wait till, and again, we haven't even gotten started yet, folks. Here's the deal. Are you ready? You are going to get every single current American Beanie Baby release. That's a $400 Beanie Baby.
By itself.
By itself. We sell them out at $399.95. Maple, Princess, Aaron, Peace, Glory.
This is why you shouldn't do drugs.
We're going to give you all 28 of the May retired Beanie Babies.
Did we run that at $5.99? Is that right?
Originally. What are we selling them per Beanie Baby? Did you break that down?
$21.27. I'm ahead of you.
Oh my gosh. $21 a piece. Oh, what we got? Zip. Make sure I've got them all right. Zip the cat is now bringing over $100, and it just retired in May. Hippity hoppity and floppity. Rumor has it they're going to retire. I've heard this. Something could happen September 1st with the Princess Bear. Do you know if that retires, that bear alone will cover the price of everything? That bear alone will cover the price of everything. Maple's $400. You want to know something? If you can afford it, buy it.
Stay away from drugs. But honestly, it probably would have been a good investment. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I think you should stay away from drugs. And also, this probably was a great deal at the time. If war breaks out in China, no one has thought about the source of all Beanie Babies. America, for the last 3 years, Americans and Biden. It feels like it. Guess how much the state costs in Las Vegas? Is that a kid? 2 kids? Probably way too much money, and this seems actually annoying. I would never want to do this. Just let me eat the steak in peace. And why is it kids? He looks like he's 14. Would you get? No. Not at all. Not even, not at all. No. That's the answer. No. How are things looking right now? Oh, wow, look at that. The Qs are even higher, and I got blown out for absolutely no reason on that one. That's something. That's something. Looking at the options market, flat but drifting to the upside for sure. The signals are in the Discord. My trade is on a Discord. Thank God it's Friday. This meme checkpoint. Did TTI? What's this one? Bitcoin news. What do we have here? News on Bitcoin. This is Tom Lee from Fundstrat.
It's not unusual for you to be thinking about Bitcoin, and you were right last time. It was at 4,000. You said it's going to 20, which it did. What's going to happen now? Let's talk Bitcoin.
Let's talk Bitcoin.
Well, I mean, I think yesterday's compromised tweet is just a reminder that you have to find something that you can trust in a trustless world. Which is Bitcoin. You know, it's really still an immutable
Hell yeah,
blockchain.
brother.
One of the things we're all waiting for is the spot Bitcoin ETF approval, because it's really going to be the first on-ramp for a lot of folks to actually use traditional financial products to get exposure to crypto. And I do think it's inevitable. I think the timing still is uncertain. I think many still expect something this week.
I
but
fully
when it does,
expect
I think
January 10th.
it's going to be very good for investors to get exposure. And I think, of course, the impact on crypto prices will still be quite positive as well.
When people look for something trusted and you equate that to Bitcoin, the Bitcoin skeptic, the Warren Buffett, the late Charlie Munger, the Jamie Dimons, the Beanie Baby crowd, the rat poison crowd, they must.
Beanie Baby crowd doesn't like Bitcoin?
Their heads must explode.
Yeah, I think it still offends quite a lot of people. But what they have to keep in mind is that, of the more than 10 trillion, probably close to 100 trillion of transactions processed on the Bitcoin blockchain, 0 have been proven to be fraudulent since inception. And if you look at over the last 10 years, the percentage of financial activities that are questionable on any banking system, it's close to 6% of activities are suspicious. So, the Bitcoin proof of work blockchain has proven to be quite resilient and censorship resistant. And again, there's never been a rewritten entry.
Right. To end on, give me your 1 year and 5 year price target for Bitcoin.
I think in the next 12 months, something over 100,000, maybe 150,000. And, in the next 5 years, again, there's a finite supply, and now we have a potentially huge increase in demand with a spot Bitcoin approval. So I think in 5 years, something around 500,000 would be potentially achievable.
Just so mind-boggling, Tom.
Love to hear it.
Anybody that says you're just insane hasn't been following your work. You might be, but you've got enough credibility with all your good calls to to where at least I would think some
Those are some
skeptics
big
would
numbers.
say, would
Those are
start
some
thinking
big
about that.
numbers.
Does it make you think about it, Andrew?
Sure. My question to Tom is, do you think that this is going to upend the idea that people will buy Bitcoin directly? Meaning people who historically would have wanted to buy Bitcoin, do they continue to buy Bitcoin through a Coinbase or through some kind of other platform and exchange? Or do you think it basically becomes not a speculation, but just an investment through ETFs, and that's how this all works?
I think there's probably a generational divide at work. I think that, a lot of the younger generation of investors want to be my keys, my coin. So they want to own
not your keys, not your coin. That's a good point.
But as you know, there's a generation of folks that would rather allocate through their 401k or through public markets or liquid assets. And well, if you look at the percentage of assets held by those over age 50, it's close to 76% of all wealth in America.
Wow.
It's over $120 trillion. So I think that cohort is still going to prefer to own it through public markets and public proxies.
Yeah. All right, Tom. I'm going to pay BlackRock's fee. They'll plant some trees or something for me. For all the Bitcoin. Or they'll do something, won't they, Tom? I think BlackRock will
weird
figure
joke.
some way of
Really weird joke to conclude on.
They'll ESG me.
What about Fidelity?
As long as they're not burning dollars.
I'm not allowed to say those words anymore. It says in the journal today that I can't. Just small ESG. All right, Tom Lee.
Really strange joke at the conclusion there. But hey, Tom Lee, a lot of people say he's dead wrong. And then when it ends up panning out, he seems to be more right than he is wrong, calling for Bitcoin to hit $500,000 within the next 5 years. If it happens, and who knows where it'll go, it's always easy to Monday morning quarterback. That would actually be pretty freaking phenomenal. All right, what are we doing? Market's still looking strong. Microsoft strong. NVIDIA. Oh, how's my NVIDIA play going? I forgot that I was in that. I am up a whopping $15. Fear me. I am up $15 on my NVIDIA calls. I am the best trader who has ever lived. That's what I have for you right now. That's the Matt Core Show for today. We are a little bit over on time, but I just want to say thank you for all your good vibes. You guys always bring it. Thank you. Here's the plan from now till the end of the day. Obviously, we'll be posting some content. Please be paying attention, especially if you're in the world of crypto, of what's happening with the Bitcoin approval, rejection, most likely coming out after the market closes today. But before the market closes, I want to let you know, and I don't want you to forget, at 1 p.m. with 3 markets to go, or 3 hours to go before the market closes, we're going to get the 10-year note auction results. It might have a weird impact. So please pay attention at 1 p.m. And then after the market closes, pay attention to Bitcoin and the SEC and Gary Gensler. Tomorrow, we are going to be getting the CPI report an hour before the market opens, which means I will be streaming early. Instead of streaming at 9 a.m., we'll be streaming at 8:20. I will be on Rumble. I will be on YouTube. I will be on X. So wherever you're watching me right now, I'm going to be there. I'm just going to be there early, starting streaming at 8:20 a.m. ET tomorrow for the inflation report, aka the CPI report. So we're posting content. Pay attention at 1, pay attention after the market closes, and streaming early tomorrow. But overall, thank you for the good vibes. I appreciate you. Thank you. Pinned to the top of chat is access to the locals, which is how you get access to the Discord. And in the description of the video is the current 71% off deal on Apex, because this is the final day of the 1-day approval. So if you want to do prop account trading, if you want to trade basically with someone else's money, if you can pass the test, that's how you could do it. Running a pretty solid deal right now. Check the description of the video and make sure you use that code so you can end up actually getting the discount, because why spend more money when you don't have to? That's what I have for you right now. Much love. Catch you all later on today. Peace out.